Okay, now the big question, which I hear all the time with the young families. Well, all they want is to put that child on medicine and get a check. We
Yes.
keep hearing that. I've heard that so many times,
So
and I
have
said,
I.
now, if that's what a mother is doing, that's horrible. But we want to talk now a little bit about the medicine. There, some of us on one hand will say, well, why medicate the patient? Or why medicate? And I say patient because I always do that because I work in a hospital. So some of them say, well, why are you medicating the child? All it takes is a good whooping. I mean, a good
Oh,
paddling,
yes. Oh, yes.
a good stern word. You shouldn't have to put the kid on medication. Then on the other hand, I hear, well, if I put him on medication, then I'll be able to take care of him. Because when you put him on medication, you get a check. That is the wrong. There's got to be a common medium now. That can't be.
I think you need to separate your groups just a little bit.
Thank you.
You have parents that there are those who use the system to achieve certain goals.
Exactly.
Okay, and and that population
Get
will be
around
with
it.
you, and low, it will be with you
families.
always.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then you have parents who really want to see their children do well. They want to be good parents. Whether there's a check present or not, there are
That's
very
right.
good
Exactly.
there are very good parents that without that check they couldn't do what they need to do for that child. So the underlying reason for we wanting or needing the check aside, because those populations are different, and the population that seeks a diagnosis simply for the check, that population will always be there, and they use other ways to get checks as well. So that's, but now what we deal with are the parents who are
There
really
you
looking
go.
for the help, who are
Exactly.
really looking for the substantial information to get their child on the right path.
And let's be clear first, a diagnosis does not automatically qualify you anyway
Exactly.
to receive Social
Exactly.
Security benefits. So just because
Thank
a
you
child
for
is
correcting
diagnosed, the parent cannot automatically
It's not
qualify for
automatic.
that.
Okay.
There's income, there's other factors that SSI kind of puts into the equation of
And
it.
I'm glad you're saying that because there are a lot of them out there.
Yes.
Believe it or not, that think that that's all they need is a diagnosis, and that's.
Right.
I am so glad that you corrected
Yes.
that because a lot of them out there do say that. I mean, I hear it said all the time. So thank you for clarifying that for us.
And then with the medication, there will forever be a medication debate to do or not to do. The same way there's a debate of whether mental illness is real or it's not real, depending on who you're speaking with. So the debates will always be there. Medication, and I'm putting on my counselor hat for once. Prior to coming to NAMI, I did counseling and case management, therapeutic foster care, kids with highly severe mental illness, severe ADHD. I have never once told a parent to put your child on medication because medication is not a quick fix. It's not a miracle pill. You can't just pop a pill and the child's going to be okay. As we discussed, it truly takes a village. It takes a parent's commitment. It takes a counselor's commitment. It takes a school commitment. It takes that entire social ecosystem to really be committed to making that child succeed. Medication should really be considered if the parent and the school and the therapist and all the other social supports have done all that they can do and they're still not getting the results.
Exactly.
And I can speak personally to this because as a counselor with this counselor hat on, now wearing the executive director of an advocacy organization, now having a child that has ADHD, this personally told on me because here I am sitting in the seat that many of my family members have once sat. For about 6 months, I juggled and juggled of what needs to happen. Medication for our family was only so Josiah could get through a school day and be successful, to keep him focused. It wasn't something that I'm going to give him this, he's going to sit, be quiet, because that's not the way that we work. I want a very interactive, I want an engaging. He's very therapeutic, even at 6. But I needed that so that he could succeed at school and so that he wouldn't get frustrated. And he was starting to get frustrated with his own performance. He's like, I'm trying to be good, but my brain won't let me. I can't stop bothering other kids. And to see him frustrated To see him not wanting to go to school in kindergarten, to see him sad, to see him depressed, to see him crying because he's trying and it's not working, and he's like, Mommy, I need you to help me. And even to the extent, Mommy, let's pray about this. So medication was to help him succeed. And I have seen a remarkable difference. And I'm going to speak to stigma right now. Not all kids that are on medication are quote unquote zombies, quote unquote lethargic.
Thank you.
He's very active. He can focus at school. For the past 2 weeks, we've had excellent days at school, excellent days at home. He's not on medication 24 hours, 7 days a week. He's only on medication as I see fit, and that's because that works for our life. And one thing that we share at NAMI is that what works for Angelina may not work for me. So you have to develop a system. You have to know your child because recovery is different. And recovery for us is the medication. It's not an everyday thing. And the goal is not for him to be on medication forever. The goal is that I can work with Josiah now, as well as with our team, to help him learn how to manage his emotions, how to keep those distractions at a minimum, and how to succeed without it.
Good.
Very good.
Oh, that's
Very good.
very well
well
put.
said, yes.
Very well said. Very well said. Because that gives a mother out there who puts their kid, who has come to the point where I have to put my kid on medication, something to look at.
You start beating up yourself. You
yeah.
feel guilty. Here I am, trained therapist. How can I not help my own child?
Yes.
I have pulled out textbooks. I'm doing A, B, C, and D. I'm using cultural interventions, such as spankings, to kind of deter the behavior. That's not working. Timeouts, that's not working. Taking things away, that's not working. What else will work? So you start beating yourself up as a parent, and then you have family members and friends that are only looking from
Shaking
the
their
outside.
head.
Yes.
And they're like, you're
You
not
should take
doing
care
this
of
right.
that. Yes,
You need to
yes.
do this. So you
Yes.
have all these you need to do, you need to do, you need to do. So then you start, what am I not doing right?
Right.
And you start kind of questioning yourself. Even though you know that you've done everything you could possibly do, something's still not clicking.
Yeah.
So that was the kind of the relief for us. And even Josiah will tell you, and he does not know that he's taking medicine.
I hope you don't see this show.
He
he
doesn't.
might.
Because, and I'm going to tell you why. Initially, when we first started, he knew, and he would credit his day to the medicine. And I don't want him to become dependent on a substance to change his behavior.
right.
Exactly.
So I wanted him to know I have the power within myself to change my behavior. I'm focused because I'm choosing to focus. I'm concentrating better because I'm choosing to concentrate
Exactly.
better. Because I don't want him to grow up thinking if I take a substance, it's going to alter who I am.
Exactly.
So he
Exactly.
doesn't know this, and if he watched it, he still probably wouldn't know.
Okay, but before we go, I do want, because I want you to talk about NAMI. I know that NAMI has some events coming up.
Yes.
The walk, and we want to surely invite people out to that.
Absolutely.
So I want you to talk on the upcoming walk that's coming, and I want you, each one of you, to let us know how someone can get in touch with you if they needed to get in touch with you. So I'm gonna let you tell Angelina. I want you to tell us how would they get in touch with you if they needed to get in touch with you.
Okay, well, for mental health, I'm listed online at www.namimetrohouston.org. And that's the NAMI website. Our support groups are listed. When we have education classes, they are listed. I also, parents call all the time, so I feel comfortable sharing my cell phone number. It is 832-768-3064. And yo puedo platicar en español también. So if you need a Spanish-speaking parent as well, you can also call. And again, the website announces whenever we're having trainings and support groups.
Okay. Now your
Yes.
upcoming event.
Yes, May 14th, we will have our walk, NAMI Walks. Changing Minds One Step at a Time is a walk that we do every year to not only raise funds, but to most importantly raise awareness. We invite people all over the state, all of the Houston area to come out and walk with us. You can have a team, you can join a team, you can walk as an individual person. All the funds and proceeds raised for the walk goes directly back to NAMI Metropolitan Houston. This is how we're able to provide all of our classes and maintain our support groups to the community free of charge.
Oh,
So
yes,
everything
yes.
we do is free. Our walk is 9 a.m. at the Sam Houston Park on Allen Parkway, and that's May 14th. One thing about NAMI that we didn't mention is that with all of our classes, you're not getting someone that maybe just have a clinical background or someone that just likes mental health. You're getting people that have lived experience. These people have walked in your shoes, whether as a consumer, whether as a family member, whether as a provider. These people have been there. So they're able to offer things that other organizations can't. And that's why NAMI is truly the best kept secret.
That is just so that is just so good. I know that our group over in the Sunnyside area will be
Yes.
participating in the walk on May the 14th. And also, if you want to know anything about this show, you can call us at 713-731-7050, and we can give you information. Also, if you don't remember, just call that number there, because we will have information about both of these groups at our activity center. This has been so enlightening to me, and especially on the ADHD. It really has. It has helped me tremendously, because I can go back and I can actually speak. Like, I spoke to those who know about it and who know what we need to do and how we need to interact. And yes, it does. It takes all of us. It takes all of us not calling a child stupid, not calling a child bad, not saying that, oh, he's not going to amount to anything. Oh, he's always like that.
Or just put them in the corner.
Yes, it puts us in a position where I'm sitting here saying, well, maybe we need to look at this just a little bit more. Maybe there's something underlining
Right.
that's got this child acting the way it's acting, and we really need to remove this stigma anyway, because all of our families. I don't have any children, but all of our families are affected
That's right.
one way or another. All of our families are affected. Do you all have any parting words for our audience as we leave? Because we're about ready to end the show, and I want to thank you all for being here with us today. And this is not the end of this collaboration, because we're going to be doing some things over in the Sunnyside area
Yes.
with NAMI and with Eagle Enterprises. As a matter of fact, the CEO is going to be on our show next month. So next week on our show, we're going to have George Parham,
Yes.
Andrea Yates, lawyer, and another young man, possibly with that is bipolar, that's going to be on, and we will focus on the law and mental health, on next week. So this has been really a good series for us. We've learned so much. We want to thank. You have something else
I
to
just
do?
have one last thing to
Okay.
say, and that is, if you're a parent and you're having problems with your child either at home or in school, and you suspect that there may be a mental health issue, reach out. We're here to help you. We want to walk with the family. We want to walk with you and your child, because many times, if it's not mental health, you may uncover something else, another issue. So we just encourage you to get help. There's too many stories on the news.